up next for Temple, back on the road Saturday at UCF for a 5 p.m. Eastern Time start on CBS Sports Network. Coach, thanks for joining us on the call today. If you would take a minute to tie up the trip to Houston and tell us what you expect to see as you get back on the road to face UCF, please.
Yeah, obviously we were disappointed with the outcome on Friday night and the way that we played. A lot of credit goes to Coach Levine and his team. I thought that their defense did a tremendous job against us, taking the ball away as they do so well, and we just really couldn't get anything going on offense, defense, or special teams. So we'll look to rebound now against extremely well-coached, tough, physical, hard-nosed team in Central Florida, a team that we have a lot of respect for, and I think it goes without saying that it'll be quite a test for us to play those two teams back-to-back. So we got started today and look forward to a great week and go down and see Coach.
Take questions for Coach Rhule, please. Star 1 on your telephone to join the queue. The operator will introduce you.
And we'll take a question from Shannon Green with Orlando Sentinel. Shannon Green, your line is open.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was on mute. Sorry. Good afternoon. How are you doing today, Coach?
How are you, Shannon?
Good. Curious to know, given how last season's game ended, how much do you think that the kids and maybe even perhaps yourself and the coaches had this particular game circled on your schedule this year?
Not really at all. I mean, we unfortunately we lost quite a few games last year, so I think for us it's just been a matter of trying to get our house in order and build the team the best we can, and especially coming off last week, I think we recognize we have a lot of work to still do to get to become a really good team. So I don't think last year really factors into it for us.
And your defense has been pretty strong for you this year. Can you explain what areas of growth in particular that you've seen in your defense from game one to now?
Well, I think we've defended we defended the quarterback and gotten after the quarterback well at times. Even on Friday night we had a couple sacks, had a couple chances for a couple more sacks. So some of that was not a strength for us last year in terms of rushing the quarterback. We've been much better at. Early on, we were a really, really good takeaway team. We haven't had a takeaway in the last 2 games, which has obviously been an issue for us. But we created more turnovers this year than we did last year. So I'd say getting to the quarterback and takeaways until these last 2 games have been big factors in us having a little more success than we did last year.
And then finally, what are the biggest challenges you feel UCF is going to present for your squad at this point?
I think they have dynamic wideouts. They have great running backs, so their skill on offense, is tremendous. Defensively, they're tough, physical, hard-nosed group. Rugged. I mean, hard to run the ball against. Talented secondary, so they're just an outstanding defense. But I think the biggest thing is they're just a really tough team. Coach O'Leary's molded them in his image, and they're going to come play, and you're not going to get any free ones against them. You have to earn everything that you get. So it'll be a challenge to us to try to play with the same tenacity that they play with.
Thank you so much.
And we'll move to Dan Tortora with Dan Tortora Broadcast Media.
Hi, Coach. How are you doing today?
You.
Good. I know that you were talking a little bit about the Houston game, only allowing 17 points per game to opponents and then giving up 31. What was it about Houston and their offense, biggest areas of concern maybe you took away from the Cougars in allowing almost double what you typically allow?
We can't turn the ball over on offense. First of all, one of those was a defensive touchdown for them and a couple short fields. I just think we have to play better. For us it was an opportunity to play in that environment where there's expectations and there's something on the line and Houston's been through that. They've done that, and it was kind of our guys' first time in a while, and we just didn't play the way we wanted to play. Anybody, coaches, everybody. So I think for us, sometimes you get there and you don't succeed, and you turn around, you go back, you fix it, and you come back, and the next time you're there, you hope that you'll play better. And I think for us, it was just a matter of in all areas, in every area, we just weren't good enough on Friday.
And then as far as P.J. Walker, his completion percentage being under 50% last couple of games, areas of struggle for him, what you've kind of seen, I mean, is it more on the side of him, his receivers maybe not being where they're supposed to be? How do you kind of assess some of the struggles offensively, moving the ball as far as passing?
Yeah, we just haven't been very good. We haven't protected the quarterback. You know, he's been hit a bunch, and you know, PJ just hasn't made the throws he needs to make. And I anticipate him playing a lot better this week, I think. But I think, you know, again, it's all of us. I mean, guys aren't where they're supposed to be. You know, we're not blocking right now. Just, you know, and I just think it's something that we just have to keep developing, keep working, and you know, until we kind of get in our rhythm and get in sync. You know, sometimes when we get in rhythm, you know, we go right down the field. But it's just a matter of just, you know, trying to come together as a group, and I think we'll hopefully do that this week.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate that.
And we'll move on to Jeff Newberg with Philadelphia Daily News.
Hey, Matt, how's it going?
For you?
Good. How quickly do you expect? I mean, how quickly did you guys move on from the Houston game right afterwards? What did you say to the team, and how do you expect them to rebound with the tough matchups coming up ahead?
Well, you know, they had Saturday, Sunday off. You know, they have to have an off day each 2 weeks. So Saturday was their off day for last week, and Sunday, so they had a weekend to kind of regroup. And then we got started this morning, and you know, I think our message has always been just to deal in reality. You know, don't you know, you hear so many things. Sometimes you have to watch the tape together and look at it and see where we really are. And so, you know, my message is very simply: we're all in this together. You know, it wasn't what we wanted. You know, we're going to be right back in that situation again many times, and we have to learn from it and get better. And you know, I think our kids know that. I think we're talented enough, we're good enough. We just have to play better in crucial games and crucial moments. And you know, that's my message to them. And I think we'll kind of grow from that experience on Friday night where we just didn't play our best.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, we'll move on to Henry Clay with CBS Radio Sports.
Hey, Matt, how are you?
Sure.
Matt, some people say it's hard to keep young men up week after week after week after week. With all the things that go on campus, was last week just a situation where the guys just weren't really up to the task? I mean, and it happens. It's nothing with them. We know they're great players.
Yeah, I just, you know, I don't think any of us, I mean, and I'll go, you know, it starts with me, right? I mean, but I don't think any of us just, you know, came out of that game on Friday feeling like we put our best foot forward, and I think we all know we're capable of more. And I don't want to take anything away from Houston because they played well, but they played with an energy and a passion and a toughness Houston did that we just didn't have. And you know, at the end of the day, we have to play that way. I mean, for us to have a chance in games, we have to play, you know, with excitement and passion, you know, and we didn't. So, you know, the key now is to rebound from that and say, okay, that's not going to happen to us 2 weeks in a row, and make sure that, you know, we go out there and, you know, guys are a little bit banged and bruised and tired, and they still have to play, and we have to play at a high level. And so that's our challenge this week.
Thank you, and good luck.
Thank you.
Time for one more.
And we'll move on to Christopher Heidel with Herb Radio.
Hey, Coach Matt, talk about a George O'Leary type offense that you guys are going to see, or type of Central Florida team that you're going to see again this Saturday that might be different from last year.
Well, you know, some of the players are different, but I think, you know, I think that you see a team that's built on power, built on toughness. You know, they can run the football. They've done a nice job of getting the quarterback outside the pocket. They've done a nice job of play action and taking shots. I mean, they're throwing the ball over Penn State's head, you know, all the way back to the beginning of the year. So, you know, I think all the same, you know, all the same tenets that are there. You know, Charlie Taft does a great job exploiting what you do. I mean, they do it well. So, so it might look different in some regards in terms of some of the, you know, routes or protections might be a little bit different, but they're still going to come in. They're going to come into the game and challenge you physically and challenge you over the top in the play action game. And they've done a nice job the last couple of games of throwing the short and intermediate routes and getting the quarterback going.
I know some teams are halfway through their schedule, or you know, getting closer. If you could grade your team so far, what do you give your team a grade so far after, you know, the halfway point?
You know, I really don't know, to be quite honest with you. I mean, we've kind of been sort of up and down. So, you know, them to see what they do this week. And you know, the key to becoming a good team is rebounding from tough defeats, and I want to see if they can do that against a good UCF team.
Well, have a good trip down to Orlando.
Thank you.
Coach, we thank you for your time today. We look forward to talking to you again next Monday.